Hockey Journey is a full-length fictional film that highlights the lifelong love of the game. It's the first feature film of St. Louis's Shutout Productions, owned by our guests, Keith Van Gels and Dave Delaney. Thank you both for being here, and congratulations on the film.
Thank you. It's been a long time coming.
We're going to talk about hockey, movies, and all of this in 10 minutes, so let's try to get this done. Let's try to get this. So first, let's set it up for this film.
Sure.
I don't even know where to begin because you guys have your own production company, you've got your own YouTube channel, you've been doing all this digital content film, but then you move into a feature film. So set it up for me. Tell me what it's about.
So the film is about a delusional hockey player, and there's a lot of those guys in the world, so that's kind of why we decided to start the YouTube channel. But it's about his travels back and forth between Vancouver and St. Louis, and there's a lot of NHL guys and alums and big hockey personalities that are there that have interviews in the film, and so it's a really unique story where I guess we'd call it a documentary, but there's certainly some satirical parts. And to explain the character, I would say it's kind of like Uncle Rico meets Sacha Baron Cohen, where you're not sure what the joke is, and a lot of that's with intent, or some of it's off the cuff. But we started our YouTube channel with, I guess, it's like 6-7 years ago with BHL 36 with no plan at all. It just kind of happened organically, and we were hoping to make our friends, laugh, and then that circulated, and here we are 6 years later still doing it and actually taking it seriously. So
we're going to see a clip of it. I should also mention I'm
Kane Van Gate.
The star
that's
of the
me.
film.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is one of those things where I don't want to ruin it for people. I want them to come out to the screening to see it, and you've done the sort of the plot and the storyline and the comedy of it and layered it so well. I mean, talk about the technicality of this too. You went up to Vancouver and shot in British Columbia?
We actually went up 2 years in a row. So the first year we went, we were attending a goalie equipment demo called TendyFest, and we did a lot of shooting around Vancouver at the event and met a lot of interesting people that were all doing something related to hockey. So that kind of sparked the idea of, hey, let's come back next year and really take this seriously. We rented professional camera gear and planned it all out. So, after we shot it that second year, that's when we came back to St. Louis. Probably about 6 months later, we did a Kickstarter campaign. And we were successful with that, and then it was go time.
Okay, well, let's take a look. Let's have people take a look at this is a little bit of the trailer. We're going to take a look now, and then we're going to talk more about it right afterwards. Okay. Here we go.
Whether it's a men's league, a rec league, an A league, a beginner league, it's all the same. It's beer league. And did I think I'd always wind up there? No, I always kind of figured I'd play in the NHL.
Okay. I'm still a little confused. I just don't get what makes this movie worthy. Like, what's the story?
So a couple years ago, I was invited out to TendyFest in Vancouver, British Columbia, and they invited me out to be one of their celebrity guests and get to meet some of my YouTube fans.
Kane's gonna be mad at me, but I didn't hear about him until Bauer asked me, like, hey, can Kane come out? And I said, who the hell's Kane? Like, what?
If you look at NHL players, it's obviously the passion that got them there, but you don't need to be an NHL player to have a hockey profession.
The beauty of social media is you can start sharing your passion and dreams right now. That's such a cool thing about what you guys are doing, is because it's the reality of the situation.
We've now been on a couple of these hockey adventures together, and it's fun to be around it.
The way I look at it, I don't fish, I don't golf, I don't...
No, it's funny because it does remind me so much of like kind of the work with Sacha Baron Cohen in that sort of sense. So
I'll take that, thank you.
When you put it into the context, your character, you already have a following on YouTube, that's correct?
Correct, yeah.
And when I say you, I mean your other persona.
Right, yeah.
What's that? Kane.
Correct.
Kane
Van Gate, yep.
Yeah, so tell me about that.
So just how it all started?
Yeah, or just on YouTube, how you've got like a lot of videos on there.
Yeah.
And who's this character?
So like I was saying earlier, a lot of hockey guys are just delusional about their own abilities. A lot of them are just, if I didn't hurt my knee, I would have gotten drafted. You hear comments like that all the time, and I just kind of chuckle about it. So we wanted to kind of go off of that and just kind of poke fun at those guys, but make all the jokes on me, this character.
Nice.
And when we first came out with the idea, we were watching a show called NHL 36, and then we decided to make a parody of it, BHL 36, about a beer leaguer who, takes everything so seriously, and what he does leading up to a game. and I wanted someone else to be the person. I didn't want to do it. Dave kind of talked me into it. I didn't want to use my real name, so I just used my same initials because I had initials like all over my equipment. And so that's kind of how it started. Like anything, it happened organically. We didn't have no goal in mind. We were just having fun with it, and then it got views, and then from there it just kind of snowballed a little bit.
Well, I'm going to keep asking you about that. We're going to have to take a quick break, but we've got the information for you on the screen, which is the film screening. It's coming up, the film premiere, Monday, January 27th, and we should mention that's the same weekend as the NHL All-Star Weekend here in St. Louis, but at the Skip Vera Center for the Arts, which is on the campus of Chaminade. But for more details, head to hockeyjourney.com for all the information about tickets. But we're going to have more right after this. We're going to take a short break. So stay with us right here on STL Live. We'll be right back.